afternoon from Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. Today is Friday. It is 55 degrees and sunny. We have some 60 and 70 degree days coming up. Where have I been? YouTube vacation. Wasn't planned. Kind of happened. A lot of bad luck. I don't want to sit around whining and complaining all the time about bad luck, but have been very, very, very busy. Let's see. Filled my freezer with extra roosters, 14 of them so far. 2 here, 2 there, 1 here. One day I did do 3, but yeah, it takes me a while. I'm still teaching myself. What else? Yeah, cows back there. Used to be the naughty cows were the only ones over there, but neighbor expanded his pasture, and I actually helped on that a little bit, putting the electric fencing up to expand the pasture. What else have I been doing? Took a side job. That's been taking most of my time, is a side job. Maybe I'll talk about that in a minute. Today, if there ain't anything fun going on, well, make something fun going on. So I'm gonna dig up some flowers to share with my friends, hopefully coming up, if Boss Hog cooperates. Bad luck, I don't want to talk about it. Let's go dig up some daffodil bulbs, some lilies, like surprise lilies, and some iris rhizomes. Last year, a couple years ago, I don't remember, I built this little rock garden around this nice oak tree, and I put daffodils up there. You can maybe see some of the bulbs. Yeah, the chickens are digging them out. The chickens are digging them out. Daffodils, so I can dig up some of those. The ones with the green here, these are like the spider lilies, surprise lilies. I don't remember exactly what they are, and there might be varieties in there. They did not bloom last year because I transplanted them, and they're probably not going to bloom this year because I'm going to try to transplant them again. But yeah, and then I got irises. You can see that greenery sticking up. That is an iris. I got bunches of those popping up that I can share with my friends. And I've also got some daylilies out front. Yeah, the greenery in there are the daylilies. So I already dug up a ton of these and took them down to the new place already. But yeah. So more of these I can share with my friends too. Those are mostly daffodil bulbs. Not a ton of them, but that's enough to get 2 or 3 people started. They will multiply relatively quickly over the first few years. So, yep, once you get a start of them, then they will expand, and then you can break them up and add more, and they're cool. pretty good bunch of iris rhizomes for me to share with my friends. Got a few bags of daffodils and irises ready to go to new homes. I'll have to get to the lilies next time. I've got some daylilies over there, and there's some spider lily, surprise lilies to get back there. So I'll have to do that next time. But got a good start on some flowers to share. A meager dozen egg haul today. Nothing from flock number 2. It's that time of year they slow down their egg production because the days are shorter. I did sell some hatching eggs earlier this week, and I delivered them to a farm not all that far from here. They've gotten hatching eggs from me before, and unfortunately it was not a good good day for me to be filming, but I did get a little footage of the rabbits I'll show you later. But yeah. I've been saving hatching eggs for the past week, and every day I keep them in these, but then I tilt it from side to side, so anyway, that's a long story. But that's how you store hatching eggs, is a couple times a day you rotate them so they're, shifting back and forth. You're mimicking what happens in nature. But these hatching eggs, all right, they wanted some more of my blue feather colored hens. And so these 2 rows are from, I have a blue whiting true blue rooster, and these are highline browns. Those are production brown egg layers. These are purebred whiting true blues. I have the blue whiting true blue, and I also have, I have 3 blue hens, but only 2 of them are laying right now. Mary Tyler Moore is molting. So they're most likely to get blue hens out of these. These are my darkest Moran's eggs from the past week. Black copper Moran's eggs from the past week. Over here we have, this is my other whiting true blue rooster, and he's in with purebred whiting true blues, and he's also in with 3 of number 2's grandkids. So, and the grandkids are laying, blue to, light green colored eggs. That one's a little bit darker, but so they'll be like Easter eggers. They'll definitely lay some shade of blue or light green, and they'll be number 2's great grandkids, which if they get any of these to hatch, they'll beat me to it. And then these are just some back crosses. These are olive eggers, and let's see, those are in with the Welsomer rooster. So any girls from this, half of them will lay a brown, probably similar shade to this, but half of the girls will lay a darker green, probably more like that with a chance of speckles. And then these are also some Easter eggers in a flock that also I have some blue hens, so there's some potential for the blue feather colored hens there. So those are the hatching eggs they're getting. That's going to be all the action I have for today. So hopefully I've got some good YouTube content coming up. I still need to dig up some lilies, and then hopefully I'll be going to share those with some of my friends in the area. That would be cool. Assuming, no more bad luck happens. It is what it is. I'll probably be slow for another week. I've got side income. I'm really working on that. So, yeah, I'll talk about that for a few minutes. But if you don't want to hear about any political kind of stuff, then later. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, everybody. I'm going to go sit down and let's go talk about my side project, side income. Not specifically, but generally. Hey, Grumpy. Yeah, got home. You're a little bit early tonight. It's not quite dark yet, but it's getting there. Oh yeah, and I get a view of that mountain that I only get in the winter. Let's talk about my side income gig a little bit. I'm not going to get into specifics, and I've talked a little bit about this before. It's political, but kind of nonpartisan. Anyway, every year states pass new election laws. They're always fiddling around, and yeah, every year they're passing new election laws. Not all states, and not every year, but every year at least some states are passing election laws. A lot of times, those election laws are making it harder for competition to the two big parties. Makes it harder for any competition to get on the ballot. So every year they're passing these laws. Every year there are lawsuits challenging those laws because they are usually you're challenging on First Amendment grounds, freedom of association, and you're challenging on 14th Amendment grounds, which is equal protection under the law. And I've been involved in this for probably 20 years. I put together a lawsuit against the state of Illinois. Let's see, I started that in 2003. It finally went to the 7th Circuit Court of Appeals in 2005. And I helped arrange that and get that lawsuit through. We got 3 election laws in Illinois overturned because they had kept independent candidates off the ballot for 25 years. 1980 was the last time independents had been able to get on the ballot in Illinois for state house and state senate. So, and in 1980 they changed the laws. Previously to 1980 in the state of Illinois, the state rep districts had 3 members in each district. And so when you went to vote for your state representative, you got 3 votes. You could give all 3 of those votes to one candidate. You could give 1 vote to 3 different candidates, or you could give one candidate 2 votes and another candidate 1 vote. Anyway, every district had 3 members, and that was one way that we used to do it. A lot of people don't remember that, but it helps protect against gerrymandering. So when you only have 1 representative per district, well, you're either going to get a Democrat or a Republican. And maybe the district is 70% Democrat and 30% Republican. Well, the 70% is always going to win. So those 30%, they're really not representative. They don't have their preferred representative in office. So when you have multi-member districts, or you have 3 members in a district, so in that same district, if it's 70% Democrat and 30% Republican, you might have 2 Democrats and 1 Republican. So that minority group of Republicans would still have representation in their state government. And but we've done away, I'd say the Republicans and Democrats have done away with systems like that because they're fighting for one-party rule. Anyway, so yeah, 1980, that was the last time an independent candidate had been able to get on the ballot. Prior to that, they had 3-member districts. When there were 3-member districts, independents won sometimes. You might have 1 Republican, 1 Democrat, and that third representative from that district was an independent. Well, Republicans and Democrats do not like competition on their ballots, so they got rid of the 3-member districts. They went down to 1-member districts, and if you ask my opinion, we all lose when that happens. The rest of the world uses multi-party systems, proportional representation. They use multi-member districts. We're kind of unique in the United States that we have only 2 parties. The rest of the world typically has a multi-party system. So anyway, there's all kinds of lawsuits going around. I'm going to tell you about one that I am not involved in. But in the state of Georgia, in the United States, the state of Georgia, the last time a third-party candidate, somebody other than a Republican or Democrat, the last time a third-party candidate was able to get on the ballot for U.S. House in the state of Georgia, 1943. 1943. It's been 78 years since the people of Georgia have been able to vote for a candidate other than Republican or Democrat for U.S. House of Representatives in a regular election. They do have special elections with different ballot access laws. Anyway, so 78 years since the third party has been able to run for U.S. House in Georgia. 1964 is the last time an independent candidate was able to get on the ballot in Georgia to run for U.S. House. So 36, so that's 47 years since anybody in Georgia has been able to vote for an independent for the U.S. House. Yeah, so that's a lawsuit that's going on right now that I'm not involved in. But I can, so what goes into a lawsuit like that? Well, first of all, you got to know that there's a problem. If people aren't paying attention, they don't know. It's been since 1943. So going back through old election records to, however, 100 districts, you go each year and you go back until 1943, and that's a lot of grunt work. Lawsuits have to be paid for. Usually lawyers aren't, they'll work pro bono, but they're still hoping to get some money out of it. So it involves fundraising. There's a lot that goes into fundraising. Doing that background research so that you're providing information to potential donors. But fundraising letters, fundraising emails, social media posts, there's all kinds of stuff that goes into the fundraising. You can also get into marketing. Public relations, writing op-eds that could appear in local or statewide publications, letters to the editor. There are all kinds of outreach opportunities. Sending letters to the state representatives and state senators themselves, sending letters to the U.S. House people. So there's a lot of different things that goes into a lawsuit. Paying for it, getting public engaged, and so yeah, there's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, and I've been involved in this kind of stuff for 20 years. I used to do it mostly full time, but right now I only do it when they offer me enough to do it, because I'd rather commune with my chickens than think about the sorry state of democracy in this country. So, okay, that's a little bit about, I still got a week left of work to do, and yeah, they're just, I don't even know, there's probably 20 or 30 lawsuits going on right now in various states. I know Maine has a big one. Arkansas is notorious. Every year they change stuff around, and even, I could talk about this for a long time, but that's kind of the stuff that I'm doing behind the scenes, is preparing and educating and fundraising for causes that would give us more choices on the ballot. And that's all I got for that. Okay, sorry I bored you, but you wanted to know what's been going on the past couple of weeks. A lot of that has been going on. I've also processed a bunch of extra roosters. Those went into freezer camp. Did I talk about that already? See, I don't even know. I'm so busy I can't even keep up with anything. But one thing while I was processing roosters was I actually got my phone out, and luckily I got Wi-Fi, but I was able to watch and listen to the entire Rittenhouse trial. That was fascinating. We don't get many opportunities like that as as a country to watch the judicial process in action. I've got all kinds of opinions on that, but it was fascinating to see our judicial process in action. And I probably have more experience with that than most people. Not criminal murder cases, but like I was talking about the lawsuits that I put together. So, but it's very different in civil cases like that than it is a criminal case. But yeah, I hope people got an education on how our justice system works or doesn't work sometimes. But yeah, so that's one of the rabbit holes I went down. All right, I'll stop talking. Take it easy, everybody. I'll probably see you in a few days.